Hi, this is just a quick tutorial to show you how to go in and edit that training manual that we will be completing for our portfolio project starting in week 2, and we'll be completing sections of it throughout the rest of the course in each week. So I want to show you how to find it. So I've gone to, this is the course homepage. You will go into your course assessments and you will find the portfolio project directions and rubrics. If you open up that folder, you will see 2 documents here. The first one are the directions and the grading rubric for this. And then the second one is the training manual template, which you will click on. You can see that it's a document. You will be able to edit that document. So I'm just going to bring up this document for you. Now, when you open this up, you should be able to, if you've got a Word, if you open it up in Word, you'll be able to see it on here. It'll say Enable Editing. So you'll click on the Enable Editing button. I've already done that, so it won't turn on that button for me. But it'll open up Enable Editing. You'll click that button and then you'll scroll down. This is the training manual. You can see week 2, anatomy and physiology, cellular function, transport mechanisms, and tissues. So the instructions are telling you that you're going to write an introduction paragraph of 200 to 250 words for this training manual. In that, you're going to introduce anatomy and physiology. You're going to define each term and explain the relationship between anatomy and physiology, similar to what you did in our week 1 discussion. If you feel you've done a good job with that, you can actually just copy and paste that portion into this document. And then you're going to make sure that you answer these other bullet points here. You're going to explain the relevance of anatomy and physiology in your future healthcare career. And you're going to introduce cellular functions and then answer all of these questions as well. So in order to do this, what I suggest is that you click into the document for editing, just like this, okay? And then you're going to be able to type anything that you want. So introduction to anatomy and physiology. Whoops. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example of that, okay? And then you can type anything you want as you add each of these things. So let me just say here, so introduce cellular functions. I'm just adding this as another section. Okay, and then I don't know if you've ever really worked with Word, if you're familiar with it, I'm just going to move this up. So if you want to do bullet points in your document, you can go here under the Home tab. There's this little section here. You can add a bullet point. So our first bullet point was the cell's shape as it relates to functions. Okay, then you're going to type in your answer there, okay, and so on and so forth. Then what you're going to do, you don't have to get rid of these instructions. You can leave them in there. I'm fine with that. If you want to leave them in there to make sure that you've answered all of the bullet points. This is how you would get rid of it if you wanted to. So you would just highlight the area. So you could highlight from here down to here. Okay, and then you could click the delete button on your computer to get rid of that and make sure that you leave your section that you've answered, or you can just save the whole thing. So you would click File, Save As, and then wherever you want to save that document in your computer, make sure you name it. I would name it Week 2 HCAS 133 Portfolio Project, and then let me just go back into our course. Let me see. Hold on one second. Where'd the course go? Let me just pull it in here again. Hold on one second. All right, I'm swinging it back into here. We're in our course. And I'm going to go down into the week 2 section, open up that folder, and you're going to go into here, the week 2 portfolio project. And that there's going to be a button for you to click to submit that document that you just saved. And for each week, you're going to be saving that portion of the document that you answered. So week 2, week 3, week 4, etc. You're going to be answering those questions in that template, and you're going to be saving it each week and then uploading that. And I'll just go into that document again. You're going to make sure that you leave all these nice diagrams in here so you can see for the next section, you're going to be discussing the function of the heart and how it relates to the blood vessels, 8 different types of blood. So that's how it's going to work. Each week you're going to be working on a different section. Week 4 is going to be the skeletal and muscular systems. And the directions here are below each diagram address the prompts. Responses should be 50 to 90 words. And these are the prompts that you'll work. So week to week, you're going to be reopening the document, typing in your responses, saving it, naming it as, week 4, HCAS 133, portfolio project, and then so on. If you've got any other questions about this, please let me know. We'll be happy to help.